All right, the thunderstorm is over. The skies are close to parting, and we did not get a lot of rain, but you can see the heavens are not as thick anymore. So it's probably gonna get really hot and humid. The high was only like 80 today, but 80 and humid in North Dakota is warm enough. So we'll step into the house here, and thunderstorm's over. So we're gonna just step right back into Ecclesiastes 2:8. We're gonna be comparing the King James Bible in the Modern English Version. So we're gonna start with the King James. That's my preferred. It's my authorized. That's what I believe in. That's what I use. I trust it. I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasure of kings and of the provinces. I got me singers and women singers. I got me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. Sorry, can't read, but at the end of the day, there we go. Let's read verse 8, MEV. I also gather myself silver and gold and treasures of kings and provinces. I obtained singers, both men and women, and the delights of the sons of men, and many concubines. Wait a second. Many concubines? King James reads, and that of all sorts? He's talking about musical instruments. Delights of the sons of men and many concubines. Excuse me? Here they don't. That's not a good translation, or not consistent, at least with the King James. You can call it good or not. I don't know where they're. Oh, right here, the NIV has a note that says the meaning of the Hebrew for this phrase is uncertain. So let's just not go with what the 54 translators back in the 1600s thought it would be. No, don't do that. Just totally change it. Here, the Amplified just puts in concubines. It's disgusting, actually. I don't know. This is just bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. Again, we're going to have concubines again. What saith the Bible? If the Hebrew is uncertain, then I would say stick with the text that's been preserved for, I don't know, thousands of years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I lose it when I start to see stuff like this. So we have to move on. We have to move on to Hosea. And I'd like to go straight to Hosea 11. Hosea 11 verse 2 reads, as they called them, so they went from them. They sacrificed unto Balaam and burned incense to graven images. Okay. And let's get to Hosea. We put in Joel, Daniel. There we go. Yeah. You don't use this Bible very much. The pages are very sticky. 11:2 reads, as I called them, so they went from me. They sacrificed to Baals and burned incense to idols. King James says, as they called them, so they went from them. They sacrificed unto Balaam and burned incense to graven images. The more the prophets called to them, the more they went from them. They kept sacrificing to Baals and burning incense to graven images. All of these are saying they, except then when you get to the New International, it says, the more I called Israel, the further they went from me. So is it they, or what is it? So right here it just says Hebrew, they. Hebrew, them. So they're clearly just not staying with the Hebrew. They're honest about it. Right here, same thing. Hebrew, they, them. So they're admitting that they're going by the Greek reading. So again, now you have Hosea 11. They depart from the Hebrew. They admit it. Let's go to 13:10 of Hosea, and we will conclude part 3 here after we finish this verse. Hosea 13:10 reads, I will be thy king. Where is any other that may save thee in all thy cities, and thy judges of whom thou saidest, give me a king and princes. Okay, pretty simple, pretty easy to understand. Where now is your king, that he may save you in all your cities? And where are your judges, whom you said, give me a king and a princes? Wait a second. So, again, they don't have any notes on here. So let's go to the New International Version. They seem to have a lot of notes. Good old Kenneth Barker. Where is your king, that he may save you? Where are your rulers in all your towns, of whom you said? I don't have anything either. Where now is your king, that he may save you in all your cities, and your judges whom you requested, give me a king and princes. King James reads, I will be thy king. Where is any other that may save you in thy cities? Again, the differences are drastic, but it's just proving that the MEV just falls in line with the rest of these other Bibles in scores and scores of areas. And I just think that if we're being honest, nothing else holds the test of this. So we're not going to get out of Hosea 13. Wish we could. So Hosea 13, verse 14 reads, I will ransom them from the power of the grave. I will redeem them from death. O death, I will be thy plague. O grave, I will be thy destruction. Repentance shall be hid from mine eyes. Pretty simple. I will ransom them from the power of Sheol. I will redeem them from death. O death, where are your plagues? O Sheol, where is your sting? You're going to see that's definitely different. Here's a question mark. Here's a statement. None of them have repentance in there, though, I can tell you that. I've just noticed that. No, one of them says repentance. So again, they're just all over the board on how this has been translated, what they want to apply, what they don't want to apply. And at the end of the day, I say when you have all these different translations saying something different than the one that was preserved and been there before their time, it doesn't seem like they've come to a universal agreement. It doesn't seem like they've gotten an improvement. It just seems like what the King James only people attest is that it's confusion. And so you got to find a book you trust. Got to find a book you like. If you're just sifting through notes your whole life, you're not going to grow in the Lord. You need to be able to pick up a book and read it, trust it, grow in the Lord, and learn how to live for Him. Hope this blesses you. And we'll see you for part 4.